This week in our collective heads, wanna put an old rumor to bed. Stereotype that you've all heard, how we're all just angry video game nerds. Most of us have actual jobs, kids and families and cats and dogs, yeah. This week in our collective heads, this week in our collective heads.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick. This is Kevin, and I'm gonna try to make as many Avengers references as I can without Kevin not realizing what I'm doing, and maybe throw in some fake ones there just to throw him off, and then he'll be thinking about those throughout the movie.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
So we're not going to spoil anything with Avengers. I may throw in subtle references that will have nothing to do with. It will not spoil anything, and I'll throw in things that are not references just to mess with Kevin. It's going to be fun. So we're going to start off, because we're talking about gaming news, we're starting off with the Xbox Games with Gold for May. Starting off with Super Mega Baseball, and that is not Super Mega Baseball, but that is right here, not there. Man, this is what kind of day we're doing. Super Mega Baseball 2. So,
Yay.
It's all kinds of baseball. We played this already. If you like baseball, I guess it's okay. It's very arcadey. Again, if you like baseball, that's okay. It's the online component of this is pretty good. So, if that's your thing, that's your thing. We also got Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain for Xbox One. Previously got this backwards compatible on Xbox 360. Now getting it for Xbox One. So, I'm happy about that. This is, I think it's been out, this and Ground Zeroes have been out on every format that they could be for free now. So,
yeah, basically.
Yeah. We also got Streets of Rage for Xbox 360, backwards compatible to Xbox One, which is, it's from the Sega Vintage Collection. And were you a Streets of Rage fan?
I have actually never played Streets of Rage.
Really?
I'm aware of it, but no, I was a Double Dragon guy.
Double Dragon's better.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest on that one. We also got Vanquish, which was kind of like a sleeper Xbox 360 game that hardly anyone played. I thought was pretty fun. I think the game
It has rocket knees.
It has rocket knees, yes it does. To me, it's like a mix between Dead Space and Bulletstorm without the jump scares. That's kind of how I would explain it. I thought it was pretty good. We'll talk more about that in the Gold Plus Roundup, where we review all of these games. Now we're going to move on to PlayStation.
Which I'm really excited about the first one we have here, which is Rayman Legends.
Have you played it?
Rayman Legends is awesome.
Yeah. Rayman is awesome. Every version of Rayman is awesome.
Yeah. So I had played the Rayman Origins, and so I'm really excited about this one because it looks very similar, and I love the crap out of Rayman Origins. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm looking forward to Beyond Two Souls, which I thought I had on here, but it looks like I do not. No, I do. Apparently it's the game trailer's version of it. Beyond Two Souls, which is the I can't remember the developer that did this. The same people that did Heavy Rain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Quantic Dream.
Quantic Dream, that's right. So I'm excited to play that because I've heard it's really good, and I really liked Heavy Rain. And Risen 3, actually giving me a reason to turn on my PlayStation 3.
There you go.
Making me want to, more than just to review these games for you guys. Because we have to fire up the PlayStation 3 every single month to review these, and sometimes it's really not worth it. Like with this one, Eat Them.
Yeah, Eat Them looks like. We'll see, but I do not have especially high hopes for Eat Them or Furman's.
Yeah, Furman's. I'm sorry.
Furman's is one of the ones on the Vita, and then the last one is King Oddball, which I've actually heard is pretty good. As far as it came out right around the time when Angry Birds was super big.
And that's what I was gonna guess.
That's what it looks most similar to, and so yeah, and he's got his giant tongue. So we'll see how that goes.
And we have to play these.
We do.
We're gonna play all these games, then review them for you, so that way you know what's worth it, what's not worth it, and how you should spend your time. Because time is valuable.
It is,
especially nowadays when there's so many amazing movies out and amazing video games and TV shows that you got to budget your time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so for my time, I love watching anime on Netflix. I really enjoyed the Castlevania series, and the Witcher TV series is going to have 8 episodes, and it's likely premiering in 2020. I'm really looking forward to this one. Like I said, I really enjoyed what they did with Castlevania, and so...
But this is an anime.
Wait, this is the live action one?
This is live action. This is going to be shot in Eastern Europe. It is live action. It's 8 episodes, and yeah, this is the live action Witcher series.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so I'm even more excited about it because I don't mind anime, but I like live action considerable amount better.
Okay.
I know it's maybe just me. I know it's different strokes for different folks, but I feel like the technology now is at a point where you can actually convey a lot of these amazing, grandiose spectacles on screen, and you don't have to just do it, within anime or comic books.
Yeah.
Like a giant croissant. That wasn't a reference. Just messing with you. I'm just trying to see how many.
I'm. See, I thought you were trying to do a segue into Quantic Dream, and I didn't. I mean.
Oh, that's a good one.
But like,
racist segue. Racist segue.
Awesome.
There we go. So racist segue right into Quantic Dream. Quantic Dream has been really being very defensive about how the French. The journalists have been talking about the working conditions at Quantic Dream, and essentially, I can't remember the guy's name. I had it right in front of me, but it's gone.
Cage.
Cage. Cage is who's head of Quantic Dream's base is suing them. Legrand is suing Legrand for slander and such. At the same time as promoting Detroit Become Human, so it's an interesting time for the game. Yeah, for the industry, or for this developer at least.
And as far as I can remember, this is the first time that a game company has sued over negative press. It's a good look for the.
Yeah, I can't think of a time when another company did that. It's definitely not something that's gonna go over well, because now we're just questioning. Okay, well, you're suing them for negative press, but they said that your working conditions were poor. Why did they say were your working conditions that poor? And the fact that you're having to look at someone's working conditions this way, that's already like a warning sign. If people are talking that way, so I don't know. To me, it's kind of all around bad news for them. But possibly good news for Campo Santo.
Well, before we get to that, Become Human actually has a demo on PS4 right now, and you can play the first scene. So if you haven't played it, or if you're not sure if you want to buy it, go ahead and check that out. Mm-hmm. Moving on to Campo Santo though. Valve has purchased them wholesale. They're working on, and the most interesting thing to me about this is that their title, it's an archaeology filmmaking thing, and
in the Valley of the Gods.
In the Valley. Thank you. I was trying to come up with that. But this has already been confirmed for console release, which would mean this is the first time that Valve has published something on console. And if that's where they're looking to go as far as gaming, the next step in their gaming history, I think that could be really, really interesting to see where they go with that.
I'm not sure if they're gonna if that's what their end goal is, but it's an interesting little snippet there.
Well, I mean, they are a publishing arm, so to me this says that they're going to be publishing this on console, and so it'll be weird to fire up my Nintendo Switch and see the Valve logo. I mean, that's going to be a little surreal.
It is a little surreal to do that. I think that it doesn't surprise me though, because consoles are so digital now. It doesn't surprise me that the Valve would get in there, because it's not that much different than the PC market now. They both have a really good digital infrastructure for the most part. Need to work on some backwards compatible, and Nintendo needs to roll out their Virtual Console, but I don't know, one day maybe.
We're supposed to get news on that sometime in May. It was so vague I didn't have it in the notes, but apparently they're going to say something about their online service sometime in May. So
that sounds promising.
We'll see what happens there?
That sounds promising. Yeah. Sometime in May we will tell you something about the online service they've already told you something about. We do know at least that Wolfenstein 2 is coming to Switch.
Yes, and we have a release date for it, which is June 29th. And so, yeah, that's something. I'm not sure how well that one will play on Switch. I've seen some of the screenshots and things, and it looks a little crowded, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But whenever that comes out, we'll be checking that out and preview that for you.
Playing it on handheld is going to be a little interesting. I mean, handheld works for the most part for a lot of games, but like you said, it's kind of crowding. You're crowding a very small screen. When it's on docked mode, I think it's going to be fine, but playing it in handheld mode is going to be a little weird. You're going to probably be tempted to get it closer to your face, which is never a good look or posture thing or any of that. So that's just not fun. There's no it's not good. Plus you look really like nerdy, like putting the and then you're just one of those people who won't get their head out of like their game when they're walking around.
Right.
Everyone else is like trying to get your attention, but you're playing a game. Yeah, it's just boring. But we're also getting Dark Souls for Switch. The remaster's coming to Switch, and it's also coming to PC. Previously, we talked about this, and we were kind of disappointed because it sounded like if you had the Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition on PC, that you weren't going to get this for free or any discount. But we are actually going to get a discount. It's going to be 50% off for people who already own the PC version. So I'm going to be taking advantage of that, because this is going to be a lot better version than the Prepare to Die version. I know the Prepare to Die version has a patch that makes it pretty good, but the graphics and everything are going to be considerably better. So I'm going to upgrade. It's going to be I guess $20 or something. I can't remember the full price for it on PC when it comes out for remaster. I don't know the price, but it's gonna be half off. Yeah. So I'm hoping the PC version will be discounted, will be like $30 or $40 game, because then it'll be $20, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna buy it either way, but that's gonna come out May 25th. So take advantage of it then.
Yeah. And we're still looking forward to news about the network tests that they're going to be doing.
Yes.
The Switch test has been delayed, but they're still going to do the PC and Xbox, and PlayStation tests.
Yeah.
Probably within the next month or so, because we're coming up on the actual release date.
Yeah.
I plan to play it on Switch. But
yeah. I'll play it everywhere. I don't care. I'll play it everywhere. Speaking of coming up in May, H1Z1 beta is coming out May 22nd. So H1Z1 was, if you guys followed, that was the, it was a Arma 2 mod. Then it became its own game in alpha. Now it's going to beta. So that's pretty cool that they're doing that. Expect a battle royale mode if there isn't one yet.
Well, it's kind of the original battle royale,
basically,
actually.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it used to have zombies. It used to be.
In the single player, but they
and the multiplayer is a battle royale. Yeah, because the single player, I played this when it first was in alpha and was a mod, and it was online. It wasn't single player, but it was like a campaign, and it was kind of like DayZ. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know, like everything is battle royale. I'd say this was before those, but yeah, just more and more pushes for this. Now it's like, okay, well, Fortnite came out before this, and now everyone knows Fortnite and PUBG, even though this was technically before them. But that's what happens when you're slow to develop and you put your game out and let people see it and play it for so long. I guess it's gonna happen.
Yep. The next thing we have, which is also coming to PS4, because this will be the first time that H1Z1 is on PS4.
Uh-huh.
And then Tacoma is also coming to PS4 on May 8th, which was previously an Xbox.
Yes.
The indie at Xbox titles, I don't remember for sure.
I can't remember, but I did play a little bit of it.
But yeah, so that's coming May 8th, and that's from the same people that did Gone Home.
Yes.
And so I'm looking. I don't know for sure if I'll play this one, but I'm always excited to see a game come to a new console, regardless of if it's for me or not, because I'm about more people playing the games.
You don't like puzzles, and this one is like, I mean, it's not puzzle, but it is. It's puzzle to figure out story, and sometimes it's not that. To me, it wasn't that intuitive. So I don't know. You may or may not like it, but the story is good.
Okay. If you think it's not intuitive and it's a puzzle game, I know, I'll skip it.
Yeah, but like, it's not that heavy in puzzles, so that's where I'm like, I don't know if you'll dig it. I don't know. You probably would dig Sonic Mania though.
I would dig Sonic Mania Plus. That's coming out to Switch on July 17th.
Yeah, so another game for my Switch. I'm fine with that. I love playing Sonic on my Switch. I mean, I love that I'm playing these heavy Sega games on my Nintendo Switch. I never would have thought I'd be playing these games on Nintendo. But I'm liking it. It's a great console for these type of games. And it's Sonic. And Sonic Mania was great anyways. So this is just going to be, this is adding additional characters, additional levels, which is all good. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to. I've waited on this one until I can play it on Switch. So I'm looking forward to that. And speaking of things I'm looking forward to, Jason Schreier is writing a second book. We reviewed Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which was his first book, and it was excellent. And he had said, if this succeeds, then I'll keep going and everything. And so he's working on the second book now, and I'm really excited about seeing what other studios he's able to get in contact with. And putting that out, because it was a fantastic read. And if you haven't read Blood, Sweat, pick that one up, because it's fun to get kind of a peek behind the curtain at what happens to some of the games that just seem troubled from the outside, but we don't necessarily know what was happening. It's really fun to get to look at those, and so I think that's probably what this book is going to be as well.
I hope it is. I wouldn't mind if it was something different, but that's definitely his forte, so he's probably going to be doing something of that effect. I think it's really cool for historical purposes as well, to kind of peek into these behind the scenes.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's always nice to get something that's more official as opposed to just a bunch of chatter that ends up on blogs. It's nice to have something official that's like, this is how it was, which I think is cool.
My favorite line out of the book is he was talking to a developer who was working on a really troubled game, and he said, "Wow, it's a miracle this." The dev looks back at him and goes, "Jason, it's a miracle any game gets made." It's such a chaotic game. So I really enjoyed the stories. So we'll see what the next one's about.
Yeah, I also want to know what Dragalia is about.
I have questions.
I mean, I don't know. Like, a lot of the art is just, maybe it's just me, but I'm just inundated by this like mobile, I want to look like Final Fantasy art style.
The Final Fantasy chibi is a weird look.
So I don't know if this is going to be something for me, but Dragalia Loot has been announced for Nintendo Switch, right?
No,
Nintendo. Sorry, for phones. I apologize. It's mobile, which makes sense because it looked like a mobile game.
It does.
So now I really don't want to play it.
There you go.
There's my answer for you. So if you like mobile games, I guess check it out. But they have to be good.
And if you like raiding tombs, you'll be able to do that on set.
Yes.
So
yes, you will. Yes, you will. And for some reason I didn't have it propped up here. But yes, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to be out September 14th. I thought we talked about this last week or the week before, but they're releasing this early basically to get ahead of Red Dead Redemption. Which I think is a completely smart move to do because as soon as Red Dead comes out, that's what everyone is going to be playing. The first one, people didn't know how good it was going to be and didn't know how big it was going to be, so it was kind of a trickle effect of people who build effect of people playing it. And in this case, I think it's going to be not the majority of gamers, but a good chunk of gamers from across platforms, not console platforms, but like across genres, are all going to jump into this. I mean, I know people who play Call of Duty games that are going to play this. I know people who play sports games that are going to play it, and of course the GTA crowd because it's Rockstar. So I'm glad this is coming out before it because I want to play Tomb Raider, and this makes me like go, okay, well maybe I'll play Tomb Raider and finish it before going on to Red Dead.
Yes, but Square Enix has in the recent past released several games that I felt were not quite finished. Final Fantasy 15 released, and it became a much better game, and they improved it after release. And I don't know that I trust them when they're jumping the release date up. I don't know that I necessarily trust them to have it done whenever it comes out. So I'm a bit more skeptical than my colleague here. But we'll see.
The last one wasn't bad at launch, so we'll see how this is though. Into Nintendo news, Kimishima is actually stepping down, and his successor is going to be taking. Sorry, I can't read it from here. Can't read the name from here, but his successor pictured here next to him. Kevin, if you want to read the name, because I can't read it from here. If you have your notes up.
I have the notes up. I don't have his name. Shintaro Furukawa.
Yes, sorry.
Is the new president, and Tatsumi Kimishima is stepping down, which is actually kind of interesting because Nintendo has only had 6 presidents in its history, which stretches all the way back to far before, it was 1890, I believe.
Yeah.
Far before Nintendo became the gaming company that it is today. When it was working on card games and pachinko machines, things like that. And so, actually, in episode 2, we talked about Kimishima stepping in. And so it seems like that was more of a reflex reaction to Iwata's passing.
Correct.
And so I think this was kind of a stand-in because usually their durations as president is much longer.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things about Furukawa as opposed to Kimishima is that Kimishima was not actually fluent in English, and Furukawa is.
That makes sense from what I've seen of him. So that is interesting. I wonder. He's also younger, considerably younger, which I think will be very important for getting in the young crowd. I think he understands younger gamers considerably better. And from what I've read in interviews, they always kind of viewed Kimishima as a temporary president. I don't remember if they fully announced that. I can't remember that offhand. But they've said that they always viewed that as a temporary situation to set them up and transition to find a permanent president, because Iwata's death was rather sudden. So that it wasn't like he was stepping down and he named a successor and they transitioned easily. So it's going to be interesting to see Nintendo and what Nintendo does from here on with younger blood in the top brass there. So I'm excited about that. I don't know about you.
I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to see if he'll be a little bit more forward facing, because Kimishima tended to stay in the background, and we still got Reggie out front. And so because Furukawa is fluent in English, I'm hoping that he'll step up and become a little more communicative directly rather than speaking through spokespeople.
Yeah, I just want them to get rid of. I just want them to get rid of Reggie. I mean, he's possibly one of the worst things that's happened to Nintendo for this side of the world, and it's sad when you have someone who's stifling creativity, stifling distribution of games that people want to play. And then joking and laughing about it and making fun of people because they wanted to play Mother 3.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's just sad. That's just sad. I'm like, you're spitting in our faces. Anyways, that's it for the gaming news this week. If you want to check us out, we're on Twitter, Facebook Live, as you can see, and Twitch. We do the show every single Sunday. Excuse me. And let us know in the comments what you think about all that, and if you think we missed something important this week, or if you think that that we need to change your background, because I don't know why I put Mad Max up there, but it's there. Bye!
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.